Hi there. Now we're going to be installing the shutters above the and around the, or in front of rather, the front door. So we'll be talking about the Kimball shutters and just kind of going through the whole process here. We unpacked the boxes, and we'll talk about that in a minute. To our great amazement, there are only 3 pieces. That's it. 2 tracks, one to flank the door on each side, and the actual casing, the motor unit, where the shutter is being housed. Now, based on first sight, this whole installation really shouldn't take more than about 15 minutes. The tracks that flank the door are pre-drilled. The weather stripping is in there, the little fuzzy little guides and stuff. So there doesn't seem to be much to do other than screw these to the 2 sides of the door in front of the door jamb and mount the Kimball shutter housing on top. Hook up the wires and you're done. So we thought, well, you know, let's see what it looks like on the inside since we have it right in front of us. So, okay, so it looks like there are only, you know, a couple of screws here, and the screws are hidden behind or underneath these little plastic caps. So we're only taking this apart so that we can be a bit nosy about it and discover what it looks like. You probably don't have to do any of this, of course. And the housing itself is made of metal, so it's very sturdy, yet it's light metal, so it's not heavy. And it's covered, as you can see, it has this plastic protective coating on it. You can get it in any color. So after the installation, we'll just peel it off, just like appliances come with this plastic protective unit. So let's see what happens. Let's see what's on the inside. Oh, look at that. Wow. Not much to it, is there? Fantastic. And there we see the shutter exposed. It'll just come out here and straight down. Oh yeah, look at that. There's, I don't know how much you can see, but there are 2 little holes here. Looks like it's for an Allen key. And you can use that to adjust the shutter mechanism itself to make sure it drops down to the right length and it comes up to the right height. But other than that, there really doesn't seem to be anything to do here. All right, so let's pop this back on. And there's a little groove here that it just slips into. There we go. Pop our screws back in. The great advantage to being able to pop this off with a couple of screws, of course, is that if you need to, you know, replace it or you know, if you want to change the color of your shutter, as an example, down the road when you're remodeling the house, then it becomes not a big deal just to order a new set of slats and you're done. Now each of these units, just like the window units, come with remote controls, so you can operate it from a central location inside the home or from handheld units as well. And in fact, you can operate these guys remotely from through remote operations from anywhere in the world. So if you have a friend coming over, you can automatically, when they're standing in front of the door, press a button, shutter goes up, and you can press another button and the front door opens. So that's pretty cool. Just to show you, we took this out of one of the windows so you can see exactly what the actual shutter looks like. And it came out in no time, just a couple of minutes, and we can put it back just as quickly. It's made of metal. It's looks like it's an aluminum, and the shutter is insulated on the inside and they're interlocked, so when the shutter drops in place there's no light going through, no weather, and safety, security, light protection, extra layer of insulation, and all of that stuff. Very light, strong, sturdy, durable, available in a whole stack of standard colors, and from what I understand, Kimball will do whatever color you want. So if your designer wants something specific, no problem. Okay, so what else is there? Well, the electrical connection. Now right now the electrical connection is just peeking out through here. Depending on your installation, you may want to have the electrical connection go straight through the wall and in through the wall and then down, which is how we're going to install it, or you may want it to come out through the side, depending on your particular application. I think what we're going to have to do is I think we are going to drill a little hole here so that when this is mounted on the structure, so now you're facing the home, facing the door, this is above the door, then the wiring will come through the back, through the wall, and down, and be completely hidden. Now this particular shutter mechanism is called a face mount. So you can see that it's got nice design, it's nice and rounded. You have an option of, I believe, of a square unit as well. The difference between the face mount and the in-frame mount is, and actually you can see it, behind me you see the windows. Each one of those windows has a shutter. But those shutters are mounted inside the wall, above the windows, and the track is hidden behind the board and batten. So you don't see the shutter at all until it's lowered. You can install a face mount shutter there as well, which looks just like this, or so you can put it above your window and along the two sides. And in many cases it adds some architectural je ne sais quoi as well. For the door, for us, particularly in our application, we could not use the in-frame hidden shutter mechanism, which is very it's unique to the Kimball design and their technology, because we were not able to increase the size of the door's rough opening by an extra, I think approximately 6 3/4 inches, and increase the width of the door. So we had to do a face mount, and as you can see, it's a tiny house and we're on wheels, so we couldn't we're much more space constrained than in a standard structure. So this is just so straightforward. It's hard to spend so much time on it because it's easy. It's absolutely easy for you to do it as a do it yourself. If you're a professional installer, then you're going to be doubly pleased with how quickly the whole thing comes together. That's it. So I think what we should do next is actually do the installation.